So accepting reality as it is. We talked about this last night, and I want to emphasize it again. This realm is a paradox, right? There's unconditional and there's conditional. There's yin-yang, night-day, cooperation, conflict. They both exist. Have you ever had a day where you woke up feeling, pretty happy, irie, everything's great, yeah, man, I feel irie, and then you get a phone call, or something happens and you realize, oh my God, somebody just passed away, or something horrible happened. Anybody besides me ever have that? See, so it's a duality. It's a both and world here. You can be happy and sad at the same time. You've got to really get that conditions change, conditionally speaking, including with your children. You're feeling great. They come up to you and like, Mommy, Daddy, I need more money, or whatever it is. You're going to have to relax around. That is the nature of conditions. Conditions change quickly, right? The only constant is change. You've heard that expression before, right? So I need you to really hear that. And yes, there's unconditional reality. It's a paradise, not a paradox. Right? There's no boundaries. There's no conditions. Paradox is all these conditions happening at the same time. You have to get used to reality in a conditional sense has a lot of different things happening at the same time, including you could be happy and your kid may not. So the way that you live with paradoxical reality is what I'm about to show you, which is mastering how to be indifferent. And by that I'm going to lean back, meaning like basically empty, or dispassionate is another word I'll often use. And totally involved and totally passionate. Knowing how to regulate your energy is the key to dealing with teenagers. Boom. Definitely children too, younger ones, but definitely teenagers. You have to know when to be engaged and be right with them. You have to know when to just be way back here, even though they're yelling at your face, saying, give me more dough, or I'll break some more stuff. And knowing how to regulate both is mastery. And that's what my first yoga teacher taught us. Like he goes, here's what it means to be a yogi, how to be totally engaged, how to be totally empty, and everything in between. Can you regulate your energy moment to moment? Because most of the time you're going to be having both of those forces at the same time. The way that you're staying attentive to me or not in this room is because you have two parts of your nervous system. You have a parasympathetic and a sympathetic. The sympathetic is more the gearing up for energy, right? It's fight or flight sometimes at its extreme. And there's parasympathetic, which is like calming down, even sleep. The nervous system has two parts, one that amps it up and one that slows it down. And they're both working at the same time, by the way, right? You kind of relax, that's the parasympathetic. You're sitting, you're not running from a tiger. And you're also engaged. There's some sympathetic, right? Because you're chewing food and eating food and you're listening to me. So there has to be some arousal too. Does that make any sense? That's what I'm encouraging you to hear, that you're responsible for mastering your energy around this. So reality has three parts. There's always a beginning part, there's always a maintaining part, and there's always a destruction part, an ending. And until you really get comfortable with reality itself on its terms, right? You've been born, you're maintaining, and you're going to go. Everything comes and goes. I'm just appealing to you very quickly to get as comfortable with as you can about that, because your children are looking for you to have some comfort around that or some relaxation around that. Every time you react to their antics and just get more engaged in whatever they're engaged in, the same level of energy that they are, they can't trust you to lead them. I know I've made that point. It's kind of feel me on that? So what I want you to get is that, it's a rapidly changing world here. It could be empty, it could be full, it could be waning again. Like the job of the parent is to somehow have the skill to be able to be way back here and watch all the shit go on. Stay calm. That's why your young men, by about lunchtime today, will stop fighting with the mentors. They're going to stop trying to make themselves a special case. They're going to stop trying to run it, and they get that, no matter what they all do, there's calmness behind it. And the reason why is because my mentors understand that it's all true. They can let these young guys express what they need to express. You can learn how to let your kids say what they have to say and just not do anything about it. You keep snapping, right? Or they keep snapping, you keep jumping. I'm asking you to start to learn how to relax around it all. That's the first step. So one of the expressions that Rochelle and I will be using all day, we already have, is it's all true, right? What's right for you is what's right for you. What's right for me is what's right for me. And we're both right. We're both true. And we can disagree. You cannot be right with me. Doesn't mean you're wrong, which I would define as, after doing hundreds of seminars and asking people what they think are wrong, it's basically the biblical kind of stuff. Stealing from other people, right? Lying and cheating to them, physically harming others when there's no cause, right? Maybe verbally abusing somebody like really harshly. Those things I would call wrong. If you disagree with your kids or they have different values about stuff than you do, they're not wrong, they're just not right with your values, that's all. It's all true. You really got to get that.